Hello, everybody. So, I'm a little behind today, and I'm not quite ready to go live just yet. But we're getting this simulator all figured out right now. Chris, what's up, my man? How we doing? Glad to see you. It's been a while. Joyce, how are you? Joyce let us know that she did get in and out today. It is In and Out Sundays. Joyce bringing it back. Love it. Love that that's coming back. As you can see, because of this very illuminated white screen that just happened to me, the simulator is up and running, so we are about to get going here pretty soon. As you can see on your screen, join our Discord if you haven't thought about doing that yet. Nightbot will be in here very soon. You can put !Discord in chat. That'll give you access to our Discord channel. It's where you can find a lot of cool information about our streams, everything that's upcoming, and all kinds of fun stuff. But guys, I hope you have had a great week so far. I know that it's been a bit of a hectic week for me. It's been towards the end of the summer is when summer commencement happens, and being in production in the main event center is means that we've got a lot of commencement duties. Chris says, where is First Officer Mifflin? He is asleep right now, but he will probably make an appearance later on in the flight, which today we have two of. So we're going to be flying some shorter legs. We're going to be starting off in Santa Ana, California at John Wayne. I believe it's an international airport. And then we'll be making our way to Las Vegas. So we're going John Wayne to Las Vegas. And then from Las Vegas, we'll be going to Van Nuys. So California, Nevada, back to California. I did look up some real-world flights that NetJets has been doing, and this is one of them. So we'll have some very realness to tonight's stream. Should be pretty fun as we get set. The other thing that we have that's unique to this stream is we're going to have some real, true scenery. So all three airports that we are going to, I have found scenery for, which is awesome. It's not always the best looking thing that we come into in some of these airports, so I'm starting to get into the scenery game, which is pretty fun. A lot of cool stuff involved with that. So we're going to check some of these out. I looked at Las Vegas earlier today. It's really cool looking. We've got like the actual buildings, which is fun. So we'll be looking forward to that. I have not seen Santa Ana or Van Nuys yet. So I'll be seeing these for the very first time, just as you guys will be, which will be pretty fun. So yeah, I'm excited for it. A little bit different than normal. Also, you may notice this crazy looking thing on the side of my headset here. Guys, we have head tracking now. That's right. I was able to pick up a head tracker. Honestly, I've been flying with it for the past 2 days. It is game changing. Absolutely game changing. It literally lets us, like, you can, I'll just wait till we get into it, because guys, it's pretty freaking cool. Any updates for LaGuardia? You know what? I looked up and there's still nothing, which is crazy to me. Like, I don't understand how there still isn't anything for this. I mean, it's just awful, Chris, right? Like, if we remember last time we flew in there, which was back when we were playing, it was for an in-flight entertainment, which if you're new to the channel is when we get up to cruise, we play a secondary game while we're on some of our longer flights. We do those every once in a while, and we were playing Spider-Man at the time, so we thought, hey, it'd be great to fly into New York. So we picked LaGuardia, and I mean, that airport, unfortunately, is just garbage. Like, it just does not look good. Something about it is just brutal. So yeah, we got to get some scenery for that one. That one's pretty rough. So no, nothing for that yet. But now when we're flying to different places, I'm going to be doing my best to pick up scenery. Obviously, some of these can be pretty expensive, so I can't always do all of them. But it's going to be my goal to pick up some sceneries for a lot of these. We're going to be flight number 1136, NetJets 1136. We're going to be departing out of Santa Ana today. We're going to be going to Las Vegas. I'm just filing our briefing here again, guys. I do apologize that I am not quite ready to go today. I wanted to get those sceneries up and running, and it took a little bit longer than I anticipated to get them running. So we're just going to file our stuff here. Okay, that all looks good. We got a full flight today. Alright, let's get our flight plan. And let me get some of this set up. Well guys, how's your guys' week's been? I hope it has been a great week for everybody so far. I hope you've enjoyed it. I have missed doing these streams. It has it felt like we entered the Matrix purgatory. I mean, it was insane how bad it was. Like, I couldn't believe how truly terrible it was. Yeah, it was pretty much a nightmare. But yeah, I hope you guys have been having a good week so far. It's been nice to kind of jump back into the simulator, especially with some of these new toys that I've gotten. Let me just get all this set up and ready to go. I need to adjust something here. Nope, that's not what I need. We're going to jump into the simulator in just a second, guys. Give me just one moment. Let me see. Yeah, this keeps not updating. Cool. Okay, getting set here. Get our head tracking software going. Looks good. Oh man, do I have to do this before I start the simulator? I don't think so. There we go. Okay, now we're good. Okay, I think we're just about ready, guys. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. All right, let's try oh.
Hello, everybody.
This is what I meant to go to. I'm just gonna have to delete that button. We don't do bumper videos anymore. So hey, we're sitting on the ground here at KSNA. We don't have much of a way out, so we kind of messed ourselves up on that one. We're kind of boxed in here. Gonna have to talk to the ground crew about that one. But hey, we're sitting on the ground. This is scenery from Flight Sim TO. For those of you who do flight sim stuff, you can pick this scenery up there as well. All right, let me get this going. Screen probably went black for you guys for a little bit. All right, we're going from here to here, and we are this. Cool. And you guys get to see all the fun stuff that I get going before the stream normally starts. All right, I think we're ready to go. I think we're close. I think we're ready to roll. I'm not hearing any audio. Oh, that is because I need to do this. Go here. Let's see. There we go. Sounds like we've got audio now. Okay. Well, guys, if you're excited for this flight, go ahead and throw a like down at the bottom of your screen. Believe it or not, that stuff actually does help. A like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I promise the content is normally more dialed in than this. It's just been a while. It's been a while since we've been in the sim. Alright, I've got that ready to go. Cool. Alright, let's jump back in the cockpit. Now, guys, this is what I'm excited about. You ready for this? Boom. Head tracking. Check that out. Huh? Right? Look at this. We can get our standby power on. Batteries are coming on. Marley, how's it going? We can look outside. If I get a little bit closer. There we go. You can kind of see outside a little bit. I mean, it's pretty cool, right? You can look up at the top. We can go ahead and get our panel lights up so we can see what we're doing. Get our emergency lights to the arm position.
Okay.
Not bad, right? Not bad. And then I can kind of turn it off, and now we go back to our normal views. So we'll go down to our flight plan here. It's been a while since we've done one of this on the stream, so we get to see it in person. Should be quick. We got a real quick flight to Las Vegas. It is not long. Alright, we're going to Las Vegas, KLAS. Yep. And, okay, so now we've got, oh, I need to get our weights here. So, let's see, our fuel. We need 3,200 pounds. And our payload is 2611. We're going to go 2580. Yeah, we're good on that. Okay, great. All right, so now, I know, right? It really, Chris, it gets you really involved in it. It's quite a trip. It's quite a trip. All right, let's go to our procedurals. We'll go to our departure, and we're going off of the, let me see what our routing looks here. Fins 23, or Z3, excuse me. And that transition is missing. Wow, we literally go from departure straight into arrival. And we're going to take off 220 right. Perfect. We'll load that in. And then we can actually go back here and go straight to our arrival, which is the renders 1 arrival. And that is also via missing. And there we're going into 19 left, and we'll fly the RNAV, which is a pretty crazy RNAV approach. It's kind of like a circle to land almost, which is pretty sweet. So we'll go ahead and throw that in since we'll plan for that. No ATC today, so we're rocking our own thing. Pepin is good. We'll load that, and we're looking good there. Okay, great. I'm not seeing the best performance at this airport, but we do have a lot going on, so that might be it. In fact, I'm curious, what are our frames? Yeah, we're like into the 20s out there. Hasn't been optimized for 5 yet, I guess. Alright, we'll turn that off. Okay, so from here, let me just get my charts up. And I'm going through my checklists. Cool. Alright, our altitude, we'll go ahead and turn our track IR back on. Our altitude is 41,000 feet. Actually, you know what? Let me look at this departure. Okay, no flight restrictions. We just got to be below 8,000 at Dolph. Okay, so we'll put 8,000 in. And then we'll go up. Perfect. Alright, this can come back on. Alright, so let's get our speeds right. We need to be at 185 on that climb out speed. Looks good. Alright, now we can come down here to this guy. We can get this over to FMS. Cool. And I'll do our speed bugs dialed in like this. Alright. Let's see. Our speed bugs for today. How heavy are we? 29,000 pounds. So we're at 109, 112, 109, 112, 124, and 185. Cool. We'll bug all these. Looks good. And we'll get our timer ready for when we're ready to go. Okay. That all looks good. And let's get this back and set. Perfect. Alright, let's come down here. We'll turn on our APU 1, 2, and 3. And we'll come to our display here and we'll watch it come alive right here. Just curious. Alright, I'm still in the shot. It's not terrible. Oh, we'll go ahead and turn our beacon and nav lights on. Okay, cool, those are on. Cool. Turn the APU on. Great. APU is on and ready to go, and we're just going to pull forward. I am going to get the barometric pressure the cheat way. Okay. Looks good. Alright, let me just check the charts here. Let me make sure that there's no crazy headings I need to do. Let's see, we climb on heading 196 to intercept the course 175 to Streffel at or below 5,000. So really, I guess we should be in 5,000. Cool. And then on track to 211 to cross Dolful at or below 8,000. Then at or above 10. So we'll plan for that. Cool. Got my taxi charts ready to go. Alright, I think we are set. I think we're set for engine start since we're just going to go straight forward here. So let's go ahead and tilt this down. We'll start this guy up. Oh, I need to get our fuel selector on. And we're looking for 10% on the N2. There it is. I see it. And we'll introduce fuel. Starting up. Sounds like a good start to me. Yeah, frames are rough at this airport, man. Rough at this airport. Alright, cool. And let's jump back down here and we'll get this gate open. And we'll get this started. Looking for 10% on N2. There it is. We'll introduce fuel. Let me know, guys, in chat, is this head movement stuff cool? Does it make you sick? Do you get motion sickness from it? Just curious. Good start on 1. And we've got 2 good engines. We'll go ahead and turn our generators on. Bus tie can come on. APU can come off. And we'll go ahead and turn our APU off here. Perfect. And that's coming alive. Alright, we're looking good, friends. I think we're ready to taxi. So, let me just check my checklist real quick. Okay, APU generators on, flight plan is in, ATIS has been received, clearance no ATC. Let's go ahead and get, we're gonna fly nav, and I like it smooth, lets me know where you're looking versus following the cursor. That's awesome. Kira, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us this evening. Go indicated airspeed and we'll turn our flight directors on. We'll get ready for that. Departure frequency is in, seatbelt sign is on, anti-collision and recognition lights are on, and we do not need a pushback. Engine 2 is on and ready, engine 1 is on and ready. Cool, we've got to set our flaps. Kira, check this out. Got a head tracker now. Doing big things. Doing big things. Alright, APU is off. Taxi is good to go. Taxi light is coming on, and then we are good to go. Taxi light is on and available. Alright, let's get our parking brake off. Cool. And let's get on out of here, friends. On our way to Las Vegas this evening. We're gonna run over our man here, and we're gonna crash into a couple airplanes. Cool. An airplane right there. We are flying on the network. On multiplayer, I should say. Alright, we'll check our controls. Can bring this back up actually. Where is it? There it is. Alright, we'll check our controls. Forward, back, side, and side. Looks good. We got real life FBOs over here to our left. This is good looking scenery. It's just the performance is pretty rough. Notice a performance hit for sure. I love that if I like get tall too, it like also gets tall. ACI jet. Looks awesome. Alright, while we're taxiing out, we can go ahead and get our spoilers to the auto position. And we're doing runway 20 right. I unfortunately don't have my camera set up for my throttles this evening, guys, but still get some Fox on full sends in chat. We'll taxi all the way down. Might need every bit of runway here. hold short. And we'll get our parking brake on. Cool. Alright, let's do our taxi checks. V-speed is bugged and ready to go. Nav is set. Wind is set. Pitot heat we can get turned on. That is, yep, I see it. On and available. Takeoff trim 0, ready to go. Altimeter check is good. Departure frequency not needed. Crew briefing. Alright, so we are going on. Let me pull up the charts here. So we need to climb on heading 196. So let me get that bugged. 196 is bugged and ready to go. To intercept course 175 to cross Streel at or below 5,000. So we'll be making sure that we stay short of Streel at or above 5,000, which shouldn't be a problem. Not very far. I don't think we're that fast. But we might be. Okay. I think we're ready to rock and roll. Let's get this back on. And we're looking good. Let's get our parking brake off. And it's off. And we'll get our landing lights on. Taxi lights can come off. Doesn't look like anyone's coming down final. Looks good there. I don't see anybody yet coming this way. Oh, looks good. Cool. This has been the biggest improvement here, is like being able to like line up perfectly straight now, because I can actually turn my head. Alright, we'll hold here, and let's get our timer started. Fox on full send. Here we go, friends. Let's go to Las Vegas. Throttles up to 40. And we rolling. And power is set. Push a little bit on our throttle, or on our yoke. Airspeed is alive. 80 knots. V1 and rotate. Positive rate, gear is coming up. Climb power is going to be set. Go flaps 1. And we'll speed up to 250 knots. Start to make our left turn. We'll follow our flight directors. Peace out, California. And we can go flaps clean now. There's 1,000 to go to cross Selby. Start making our right turn here. And we should be good to climb out at 8,000. And here we go. Start our climb. left turn on accident. Cool, we just got to press Dolph at 8,000. Looking good, friends. Not a bad departure at all, out over the ocean. Start our right turn. Is that Catalina out there? That island over there? Not sure. Alright. We can start climbing now. Straight now. Start our climb. Trying to hand fly a lot of this, guys. Jump onto the autopilot soon. Once we cross 10,000 feet, sync up our heading boat. Alright, there's 10,000 feet. Autopilot's coming on. And we can speed up to 270 knots. So let's get it nice and tight. 270, I see it. And we're coming back over land. Not a bad departure. Pretty happy with that one. A little squirrely. There's a lot going on that one. That's for sure. Alright, we'll do our departure checks here. Landing gear is up and stowed. Climb speed is correct. Autopilot's on. Flaps are clean. Cruise checks to follow. Not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, we just crossed over a plane down there. That's kind of cool. Spotify up and running here. To cross over 18,000 feet. Might be a little loud on the Spotify. Alright, 18,000 feet. We can go standard barometric pressure. Cool. Let's climb out there. Well, guys, I think I've made some progress on what we've talked about this last time. over the last few weeks. I'm really wanting to upgrade the desk setup slash basically just kind of dial in this room. I got it kind of put together really quickly when we moved in, and things have been great. I'm very lucky and, you know, very fortunate to have everything that's going on. Marley, it is beautiful, isn't it? California looks pretty good when you're up this high, if I don't say so myself. But I think it's about time that we kind of start to dial some of this in a little bit more and see what we can do with the space, because the space is great. The only downside is I can't paint the walls. I really, really wish I could paint the walls. Ashley and I have been saying that in everything that we got going on here. But, so barring painting walls, there are a couple things that I would really like to do. This music's a little too mellow for me. Kind of caught me off guard there. Let me see if I can get this switched up. I think he's got a new... What's this? Let's try this. Chill step. Thank you, Harris. So anyway, like I was saying, I'd really like to get this a little bit more dialed in. I'd really like to do some cool stuff with it. I want to show you guys a design. I gotta figure out a way to show you. But Kira, I'm actually gonna hit your dad up, see what he thinks, because he's got a bunch of great ideas. The man Troy himself. But basically, I want a tabletop, and I want all the flight stuff to be underneath the table, and to be like more in line with my lap, because that's how it would be in the real airplane. And then, other than that, like, it's not anything crazy. It's a pretty simple desk. I would like to mount the monitors and kind of get that all cleaned up. Nice slice of fuselage to build the sim desk in. That would be sweet. Can you imagine that? Like, just like, for those of you who don't know what a fuselage is, it is this part of the aircraft. So basically this is like the nose cone. On this aircraft it's all kind of one piece, but it's basically like everything but the wings in the nose cone. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's get that view back. So anyway, the craziest part of the whole thing is that I want to enclose the flight controls in like a box, and on the very top of it I want there to be a small lip that I put LED tape in so it can shine down and illuminate the controls, because it's actually really quite hard to see in here, especially at night, because I only have, you know, my key light and my backlight on. So it's really hard to see the controls. So I'd love to be able to illuminate that, but the craziest part is I would love for those to be on like a sliding and locking mechanism. So like they could basically, when I'm not simming, I could push them back, they would lock in place back there, and then I would have a bunch more knee and leg room. And then when I am simming, I pull them forward and they lock in place there. So I need to figure out a cheap, really high quality, which those two things never go together, way of like making that mechanism. I don't know. If anybody in chat has any ideas, I would love to hear them. All right, we can now switch over to Mach speed. I'm gonna go here. What are we cruising at? 7.3? Yeah, that's perfect actually. Asher, how's it going, friend? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Getting a little bit of turbulence over the hills here in California. Sink our heading bug. We can sink our heading bug. There we go. We can also turn half bank mode on now that we are at Mach speed control. Not much to look at once we're crossing the desert, that's for sure. Oh, got ourselves some contrails now. Start setting up for our next flight, actually. So that way that's ready to go. Oh, wait. Going to Las Vegas to Van Nuys. That's Victorville that we're going over right now. It is, Marley. John Wayne is the airport. Well, actually, Long Beach has its own airport. John Wayne is actually the one that's in Irvine. So it's right off the 55 and the 405, I believe. If I'm correct. Oh, check it out. Looks like we got a plane below us. See its contrails there. Pretty cool. Right, I think I might be flying out from there on Saturday morning. Where are we going, Marley? Where are we headed? And are you taking a private jet on your way there? San Francisco, no private jet. Come on, Marley, why would you even fly if it's not on a private jet? Doing anything fun up there, Marley? Ashley loves San Francisco. We have never been up there together, but she's a huge fan. I've always wanted to go. Alright, we're coming up on 40,000 feet, which means we're coming up on our top of climb here. About 1,000 to go. Cool. All right. Here we are, we're coming up. Speed is coming alive, that's great. We want to be at, there is a slight bug here that whenever we get up to these cruise levels, I'm not able to sync this. So we want to cruise at 8.2. Going to the A's game on Sunday and a Giants game on Monday. Well, that's exciting. Giants Stadium is the one that's like in the bay, right? Like hit a home run into the bay. And the A's play where the Raiders, like the Raiders and the A's used to share a field, right? If I remember correctly. All right, let's see. We want to be at about 89% into. For our cruise. Looks like that might be just a little too much down. I think we're good there. You should be stoked. That's freaking cool. Just want to look out real quick. Yeah, man, there's... Other than that plane over to our left, there is not much going on. Yeah, she is a huge fan. There's all kinds of spots that she loves to go to. My favorite, no shocker to anyone who really knows me, Ghirardelli Chocolate. Gotta go to Ghirardelli Chocolate right there. I've only been there once. And I was like a kid. Like it really wasn't. I don't think I appreciated it the way I should have. All right, let's get ready for our descent here. So, looking at our arrival charts, we need to be at Randers, R-N-D-R-Z, at between 19,000 and 13,000. So we'll just split the difference, go 16,000. And we'll hit enter on that. And then from there, the last thing is Bourbon. And that's 8,000. We'll hit enter on that. Cool. Populated all of these altitudes for us for our VNav. That's fantastic. And then let's go ahead and get our approach in as well. Oh wait, let me turn this on. So we've got 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Right now, yeah, everything's looking good. Okay, so looking at our and I'm just going through my checklist right now, checking things off. Everything is good. Descent checklist next. I'm going to get an approach here. RNAV Zulu into 19 left. Transition Pepin. We'll add that to our route here in Navigraph. And I'll grab the chart. Okay, so at Chad, my man, late hello, early goodbye. Thanks for the vacation of Brienne, saying physical therapy nonsense for the past 2 to 3. Did you learn anything, Chad? Did you learn anything? Sorry to see you go. I'm sure you're off to work. Stay safe, friend. Alright, so at Pepin we need to be at 6,000. So we'll dial that in. And then Kivi is 5,300. Moab is 3,900. Koopa is 3,500. Not a big change there. And then D-Larg 3,107. And then Gift at 2,748. Perfect. And that'll take us down to our runway. Cool. One of the benefits of not having air traffic control, you can kind of get some of this stuff set up early. In fact, let's go ahead and set our minimums. Should be perfectly clear. We got a minimums of 358. And on the next flight, guys, I'll have Navigraph up on the screen so that way you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. And we'll go take these guys off. We'll need that for landing. Oops. 4 minutes till... Wait, that says 4 minutes till bottom of descent. Should we be descending right now? We might be a little high. No, that's not on. This is on. Yep, we should be descending. Alright, let's go ahead and start descending. We'll just go all the way down to 8,000. Also, the downside of not having ATC. Not knowing when to descend without really paying attention. Bring our power back. We'll descend at about 2,600 feet a minute. This needs to be 0.8. Studying for comp's board exam. I don't think he knew what he was getting into. Yeah. Marriage. What is a comp's board exam? That sounds crazy. Alright, descent's looking good. Quick flight to Las Vegas. This is quick. You're always moving. I wonder if yeah, 41,000 was what we were supposed to go to. It's a test. Ah, look at that. YouTube name change. How sweet. Brianne Vandermolen. It's a test over everything I've learned in school. It's supposed to help prepare us for national boards, which I have in April. I can't imagine having a test that says, alright, every single thing we've learned up till this point, stuff you learned 3 years ago, 4 years ago, we're testing you on it right now. Right now. Alright, descent checklist. Seatbelt signs are on. They were never off. Crew briefing for arrival. We have briefed and it's ready. ATIS, we can go ahead and grab the METAR from VATS or Sim Toolkit Pro. Looks like we've got winds out of 150 at 8 knots. So we have a bit of a crosswind. Clear. 2972. That's what we're looking at for the QNH. We need to slow down to 250 knots. Get out of speed here. .250, I see it. Well, we have our glide slope back, our vertical slope for descent at least now. That's good. 250 knots, I see it. Oh, we got multiple planes out now. Cool. Everybody's getting some flights in their Sunday evening. So our next speed restriction is 210 knots. We do have our ATIS. Approach is in the flight plan. Minimums have been set. Mach speed is off. Half bank we can go ahead and turn off. And approach altimeter below 18,000 feet to go. I'm going to slow down just to about 240 knots just because we've got a lot of ground to cover with this vertical speed. If we're looking at our thing here, see, we should be way down here, but that's descending at 4,000 feet a minute. That's way too fast. We're not going to descend that quickly. So we're just going to kind of overshoot our target by a little bit. And this might eventually start to come up as we get a little bit closer. So that should be fine. See our speed here at 243 knots. I was shooting for 240. I'll go ahead and bug that. There it is there. Fuel's looking good. Everything's looking good on that front. And we're looking for 18,000 feet for our transition altitude. So far so good. Everything's looking good. We might even be able to slow down to 210 knots right now. Let me get that bugged in there. Power back. Dang, we're going all the way to flight idle. We are really, really high. Put some speed brakes out to help us a little bit. And I'll bug our heading. That's going to be important here. Just a few minutes. See, our speed brakes are kind of out there. Increase our speed brakes a little bit. And we are really, really high. You can see Las Vegas down there. There's the airport. Too slow here. Bring some power back in. We can actually remove our speed brakes there. Actually, it looks like we might need just a little bit in to keep our speed in check as we're descending so quickly. crazy. Looks cool. Alright, so we can go ahead and get our altimeter set here. 2976. I'm going to go ahead and pause our music. And we'll get our sim sounds up. Head tracker isn't catching my head super well. I'm not quite centered on it, I don't think. Man, there's nothing out there, is there? Go ahead and put my first notch of flaps in. Remove my speed brakes. Now we're going to be about 4,000 feet too high, which is pretty high, but not the end of the world. Looks like we're on glide to hit 6,000. Look at that. Hey, we back, baby. Go down to 6. This is going to slow us down quite a bit, shallowing out our descent. Cool, 10,000 feet. Landing lights never came off. That's not the end of the world, but not great either. Keep our speed up. Alright, we can actually now go on heading mode. And we're going to turn just a few moments here. Actually probably start turning now. Get our speed up, just watch our speed. Start our left turn. We're going to go to about 350. Beautiful sunset here in Las Vegas, my goodness. See the airport. Do our second notch of flaps. It's going to require some more power. Get our replay mod up here. Alright, we're about ready to go to work. Arm rests are coming down. start to make our turn. A little late on that turn, I think. Start slowing down to 180 knots though. As we are coming in for landing. Let's get our weight and balances here. We are currently at 27, basically 2,800 pounds, 28,000 pounds, excuse me. That puts us at 112 and 123. Cool, and we're a little bit off here. We'll go ahead and throw it to nav. That'll get us back on track. Altitude, I want to go all the way down to about 2,100 feet. We're going to be a little bit high. Start to bring our power back, and let's drop our gear. Let's go ahead and hit record. Alright friends, let's do this thing. Ground spoilers are check. Okay, we're looking good there. Once we cross Moab, should be at 3,900. We're a little high. See the airport there to our left. Alright, we'll go flaps full, crossing Moab, get to our ref speed. Shallow our descent out just a little bit. And brings the power back in. We're looking good. Alright. Gears down, 3 green, landing lights are on. Go ahead and get our strobe lights on. Those are good to go. Let the GPS fly just a little bit further. Watch our speed, we're getting a little slow. Take care of the autopilot.
400. Minimums.
Continue.
Minimums.
We're a little low. Nothing we can't correct. This does like to leave us a little bit off glide. Got a bit of a crosswind. A little slow, get some more speed in.
200.
to our flare. Reversers out. Nose down gently. Way off center line. 60 knots, we'll stow the reversers, go into handbrakes. Not our best landing, but I'll tell you what, that's a tricky one. That, for some reason, left me super low. Either the pappies were off, or something wasn't right. Vacate to the right here. That was a weird one, friends. I saw a couple chats come in there. We'll grab those as soon as we clear the runway here at Whiskey. And we're clear of the runway. Cool. Parking brakes coming on. Let's see. Probe can come off. We can disable our spoilers. And we can go ahead and get our flaps cleaned up. Looks good there. And we'll go ahead and get our taxi lights on, landing lights coming off, strobes are coming off. And we'll get some floodlight in here. It's a little dark. Cool. Alright, friends. Let me pull up my taxi charts. We're just going to taxi over here to the right. GFYS Gaming Australia, is the game had a patch over the past week because I have to uninstall because keep crashing to desktop, never happened before console release. Yeah, that's a known issue, GFYS. It's They say that it's coming out in the next sim update. Is they're attempting to fix some of those crashed desktops. Unfortunately, what it seems to be is we're crossing 19 right here, so we'll get all our lights on, lit up like a Christmas tree. Unfortunately, it seems to be dependent on what CPU and GPU you have. It kind of just depends, which is not helpful at all. But it does seem to be what the main issue is. So I heard that it got delayed. It's looking like another month maybe to fix that, but yeah, man, it's not great. I know that a lot of people have been struggling with that, and it's no fun. We want to be able to fly in the sim. Yeah, we're thankful for performance, and we're thankful for, you know, the Xbox being available so that now more people are interested in flying. Did you see that? The lights just turned on? That's super cool. But at, like, you know, at kind of what cost? Like, they made it super accessible, but now it kind of does seem to have affected the PC version. Alright, we're just gonna taxi here over at Signature. I think there's a spot right next to that CJ4 we're gonna take. No flaps, let's take a gamble. I mean, we are in Vegas, right? Alright, Signature flight support. Park right next to this CJ4 here. Ooh, getting some frames. And we'll go ahead and stop right here. Cool. All right, man, frame rate in this is not great. Parking brake's coming on. Let's go ahead and remove this guy. I can't really see very much. Let me see if I can get these map lights up. Where's the map light? There it is. Okay. Man, frame rate's terrible. What are we getting? Yeah, back to the old days. 20 frames a second. Got the Mandalay Bay right there. That's pretty cool. Alright. Let's see. Let's go ahead and turn off our generators here. Right gen off. Left gen off. Bus tie off. We'll go ahead and kill our fuel supply. That's going to bring up this very annoying screen. And we can go ahead and make sure all of our lights are off. Looks good. And we can go ahead and kill our batteries. And battery is coming off. Alright, let's stop our recording here. And man, it's pretty though. Look at that shot. Right next to Mandalay Bay. Looks awesome. Okay, so it's September then. The game ran fine with a 1060 before, and now I'm on a higher. I just seen something saying it's coming on World Update 6, which is in a few weeks. Thanks for the info. Anyway, that's great news. Yeah, the World Update 6 was supposed to come out a few days ago, and I think that got delayed till I think September 3rd or 4th, if I remember correctly. That's fantastic that they're working on some of those crashed desktops. But yeah, GFYS, thanks for stopping by. Hope that you enjoy the content. We do have one more flight coming up pretty soon, guys. I do want to check out that replay, though. Not our best landing, but a pretty one nonetheless. We'll go ahead and play it from there. Yeah, frame rate is just not awesome. That's rough. That is rough. Let's see here. Got 129 feet per minute on the landing rate though. That's pretty good. What a beautiful scene. My goodness. Beautiful scenery. Beautiful, beautiful scenery. Little floaty. Little floaty. See if we can get a window seat view. It's not the good side. Little crunchy. Little crunchy. Alright, friends. Let me see. Let's bring that back one more time. Spin it around here as we come in for a landing. Mandalay Bay in the side. Just a little crunchy. Little crunchy, little squirrely. Alright, friends, well, I'm going to set up for the next flight. We have one more going from Vegas to Van Nuys. Vegas to Van Nuys. We'll be back in just a moment. See you guys in just a second. Everybody, we are back, and that's the end of that song. Perfect. All right, we're back. We got all kinds of fun stuff coming up. We've got Las Vegas to Van Nuys. Las Vegas to Van Nuys. It should be an absolutely fun game. Chris, I did get your text message. Thank you for that. I'm going to take a look at that in the air. That'd be awesome. Desk, yoke, and throttle mount. Can't wait to look at that. We are on the ground here at Las Vegas. Man, this scenery is beautiful, isn't it? I mean, look how cool that is. I mean, we've even got flashing. I don't know if you can. I don't have my controller set up, but I don't know if you could see in the corner here. We've got even flashing displays, all kinds of stuff. That looks awesome. They've even got a Allegiant Stadium out there, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, this is beautiful. I went ahead and changed the time. We're not real time. I went ahead and changed the time to 6 a.m. So we're 6 a.m. in Las Vegas. So we'll just pretend that it's been a real long night for you guys, and you got to get back to work Monday morning. You had a fun time in Vegas over Sunday, but you got to get back to work. So we're going to go ahead and do that. The other thing I wanted to make sure I do was I wanted to get Navigraph charts working so I can kind of show you guys what I'm doing while I'm doing it. So let me go ahead and open that up. We'll get that going. Okay, so that should link up. Perfect. Great. Man, it's bright. Man, that is just so bright. That's incredible. Can I turn this down? Night mode. Yeah, geez, thank you. And I want world map. There we go. Okay, so this is the next flight we got coming up. We've got Las Vegas. We'll go ahead and open these charts here and get some of this stuff ready to go. We want our airport information. Cool. And then we want our departure, which we will window that as well and go ahead and save that. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is kind of get this bad boy up and running. Let's get our fuel selected. So looking at our flight here, we need 2,840 pounds of fuel. So we'll pull this up, and where's the main slider? Main sliders are gone. I'm gonna oh wow, this is real broken. Let's try and close that and open that again. Uh-oh. What if I expand it? Still broken. Oh. Well, at least that came back. Alright, we'll just have to kind of do some math. 2,840 pounds, so need about 1,400 pounds in each. Carrying a little bit extra a little bit extra fuel is never a bad thing. Alright, we're going to increase this. Our payload is 2611. So if I add another 170 pounds there, 170 pounds there, 170 pounds there, and baggage needs to pick up the rest. So we'll say 600, so 800 pounds. 800 pounds. 28,978, 28,840. It's pretty close. I'll take it. Okay, in fact, we need to get our sim sounds up here. Perfect. Okay. Looking good. Man, I just realized how orange my camera looks. That looks disgusting. have to change that. Alright, let's go back into the cockpit here. We'll turn track IR on. And we need our battery to the on position. Battery left and right on. We'll get some lights in here. And we'll arm our emergency lights. And we'll get our beacon here in just a second. Cool. Okay, while we've got this on, let's go ahead and input our flight plan. That's the wrong one. There it is. Alright, flight plan today. We are coming from Las Vegas.
Pause system test.
And we are heading to Van Nuys, Victor. What is it? It's VNY, right? Yeah. Victor November Yankee. Go ahead, enter on that. Yep, Van Nuys. And we have a departure of the Raider 2. Raider 2. Radier 2. And our transition today is silver. And we are going to be off 19 left. We'll go ahead and load that. We'll go back. And we do have one fix after silver. Cream. Kilo, Romeo, Echo, Mike, Echo. Enter that. And then we've got our arrival, which is the Janie 5 arrival. Transition is cream. And we're looking at 16 right. Yep, looks good there. And let me see what approaches we've got for 16 right. Oh, we have an ILS. Oh, wait a minute. I said I would pull it up here. Okay, so we'll need this. Go ahead and pin that. And then we're going to add in, actually I want to look at the approaches here. So ILS 16 right in blue and yellow. Here, let me pick. Yeah, that looks right. Except it looks like the, let's show labels. We want a Grands transition. So we're just gonna go this seems a little jacked up. We're gonna go vectors to final, looks like. Okay, so let's see what that means for this guy. Let's go back and we'll go to our approach. Umber, let's try Umber. Is that right? Let's see. We have the Yankee. Yep, we want Umber. Okay, cool. So yeah, via Umber, we'll go ahead and load that. And let's just go back here. Go cream. Let me pull up this. So from cream, we've got D-Nut, Johan, Dyer, Chickens, Copel, Palmdale VOR, Janny, Puck, and then we'll have our Umber. Yep. Alright. Looks good. Should be fun. Haven't flown an ILS in a long time. Alright. we're looking good there. Let's go ahead and turn track IR back on. So, actually, let me turn it off. Let's see, let's look at our departure here. Let's see what restrictions we've got. So we're going to be coming out of 19 left. Climb on heading 194 to 2682, then direct Drew at or below 7. Then track 189 to cross radar at or above 13. So we need to be below 7 at Drew. So we'll go 7,000 past Drew, and then we'll go up to 13,000. Or no, we can go up to our flight altitude today, which is, I believe, 41,000 feet. 4,000 feet. So that looks good. Okay. So let's go ahead and altitude, we can put in 7,000. 7,000, cool. And for our speed, get that to manual, and we'll go up to 185. Cool. Okay, and then we can come down here to our PFD, FMS, speed bugs today. How heavy are we? 28,000 pounds. Almost 29,000 pounds. So same takeoff speeds as last time. We got 109, 112, V2 of 124, and 185. Perfect. We'll go ahead and turn all those on. We'll get our timer ready for when we need that. Okay. Now let's take a look. Do we need a pushback? Well, we got a plane behind us, so no pushback today. And it looks like we're going to have to go out and kind of do a 360 loop. So we'll kind of come out here and loop back around and come back. Cool. Alright, let's get this bad boy up and running. Let's get our beacon light on for our APU start. We'll go ahead and 1, 2, and 3. APU is coming alive. We can go ahead and come outside, listen to that come alive. Alright, we've got 2 good engines. Perfect. Turn our flight tracker back on. Okay, we can go ahead and turn that off and that off. Perfect. And we can come down here to our electrical panel, turn right gen on, left gen on, open the bus tie, turn off our APU generator. Cool. And we'll turn that off. That'll spool down. Okay, 2 good engines. We are ready to rock and roll. We'll go ahead and request our taxi. Taxi has been given to us. We'll turn our taxi lights on. That's our landing lights, excuse me. Taxi lights. And we'll make a 360 here up on the ramp. Sun rising over Las Vegas Airport. Beautiful scene. And we're going to run over our ground power and ground crew. Okay, let me just pause here before we taxi out. Oops, let me turn this off. I just need my taxi charts here. Okay, everything is looking good. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and get ready to taxi on out. Clear left, clear right. We're actually going to make a left here, go down the ramp for a little bit. Cool Las Vegas scenery though. Looks awesome. I believe we can turn right here. Hopefully there's no one behind us. And we're going to take hotel. There's Gulfstream. Makes sense that they would be in Vegas. Super expensive planes. Alright, let's go ahead and get our flaps set to 2. They are set. Taxi on out. Just taking a look at my charts here. 194 heading to Drew, below 7,000, then 189 to Flab, above 13. That above 13 should be absolutely no problem. David Copperfield on the building there. Fun little details they've included. Got a bunch of planes over here at Constant Aviation. GM Grand. It's pretty awesome. Alright, now we're going to 19 left, so we're actually going to come all the way down here to Foxtrot. Say that we are been given permission to clear 19 right. I don't see anyone coming down. Final. Getting a little bit closer to our takeoff, we can go ahead and get our pitot heat on. Excellent. We'll stop short of 19 left here. Cool. And we'll get our parking brake on. Sweet. Alright, let's do our pre-takeoff checklist. V-speed bugs are in. Nav is set. Let's go ahead and get nav and indicated airspeed ready to go. We can turn on our flight directors for takeoff. We'll go ahead and arm our ground spoilers. Those are ready. APU is off and pitot heat is on. Lights left, although we can go ahead and just turn our landing lights off, and we'll turn our pulse lights off as it is daytime now. Go ahead and kill that floodlight. Cool. Alright friends, I think we're ready to rock and roll here. Let's have a good flight on our way back to California into Van Nuys. Parking brakes coming off. We have been given clearance to take off, so we'll enter 19 left. Just want to make sure we've got 194 in our heading bug here, as that is what we need to take off at. Cool. Alright, I think we're all set, friends. Let's go ahead and get our timer started. It's ready to rock and roll. Throttles to 40. Set. We rolling. Throttle's coming all the way up. Takeoff power is set and achieved. 2 good engines. Push it down on the yoke until 80 knots. 80 knots, we'll start to relieve that pressure. V1 and rotate. Positive rate, gears coming up. Flaps 1. Climb power set. Turning our speed up to 250 knots. Go direct on course. Altitude up to 14,000 feet. 41,000 feet, sorry. $41,000's in. Happened to my flight director. There it is. $10,000 feet. We'll go autopilot on. lights can come off. Tricky departure, but definitely not the trickiest out of Vegas. Going out of the 2.6s, it gets pretty tricky. Excuse me as I shift around here a little bit. I'm gonna try and fix my track hour here a little bit and scoot it over. Still losing signal on the left side. It's weird. Alright, we can speed up to 270 knots. feet. We'll go standard barometric pressure. Whole lot of desert. Whole lot of desert. Peace out, Vegas. Chris, I'm gonna look at that, if you're still here, I'm checking out that link you just sent me. Oh, interesting. Yeah, see, these are great. They would mount perfectly to the desk. The only thing is, supports one Honeycomb alpha Yoke or large and one large tank. Low rudder under desk. Low rudder plus under desk. What's the plus? Remove everything at once by simply turning a few knobs and sliding the unit away. I mean, that's kind of what I'm looking for, Chris. I would love if it could just all stay together and just literally like slide on the bottom of the table, you know? So it's just like it gets pushed out of the way and then it comes back when we need it. That would be ideal. But this is a pretty cool solution. It's not that expensive. But that's, see, I knew I wasn't like the only person that like wanted this idea of like basically it being on your tabletop. It's just like it's too high. It's not accurate to what we would actually be flying. You know? Ooh, chimes. Alright, climb checklist. Here we go. Landing gear is up and stowed. Climbing at the proper speeds. Autopilot is on. Flaps are in the clean position. Correct? They aren't. Flaps 1. Wow, that's a big mistake. That's why you have checklists. Alright, once we get up to cruise, we will be ready to rock and roll. Let me get Janny going on here for me. Oh, we have quite a few. So we need to be at cream at 2,400 or 24,000. Need to be at D nut at 23,000. $22,000. Basil's nothing. Copal is 14,000. Janny is 8,000. And then we have our ILS. So let's go ahead and get this guy on. We're not going to make it all the way up to 40,000. In fact, we kind of have to start descending. Watch our speed. That's crazy. We didn't even get past 33,000 feet. We're already on the descent. We had about 280 knots. Sink our heading bug. Tell you, these short flights, they keep you on your toes. Okay, well, we can skip our cruise checklist. We're now on the descent checklist. Seatbelts are on, they never turned off. Crew briefing of the arrival. We have done that. We need to bring our ILS in. Charts wise, just pulling up charts on my iPad too, so I have them in 2 places. Looking good. So we're on the RNAV. There's us right here. We're gonna pass cream here in a second. It's interesting that it doesn't have us come in off Winchell. That it goes straight to cream and then in this way. I'm surprised that it's not Winchell. Maybe it was our altitude? I don't know. Let's do this. Yeah, so these are, Marley, these are charts, so this gives us all the information we need on how to fly and land the plane safely based on how basically highways in the sky have been created, and then also these are instrument approaches to help us land the airplane safely. So. Alright, there's that. Alright, let's see where we're at. We're pretty fast. We need to watch our speed, bring down our speed a little bit. I, for some reason, can't get auto throttle to work on this plane. I don't know why. Flying over the desert. See if we can get an arrival ATIS. (150) at 6. 2979. Slight crosswind, but not much. Shallow outer descent here. So you need to cross 23,000 at D-nut in 20 miles. Basically 500 feet a minute. Bring some power back in, getting a little slow. So we're going to cross that 23,000 pretty quickly. Make sure to hold at 23,000. We'll throw 22,000 in there. Go back to what I had. Alright, we've got our arrival ATIS. Approaches in flight plan. Minimums have not been set. Let's see, we're going to have minimums of 668 feet. So let's go down to here. Whoop, that was the wrong button. This is what I meant to hit. start that descent now, further down. Speed bugs are these little things right here, these blue icons. So you see a blue icon there, blue icon there. That's what's called a bug. We are really fast. We want to be at 280 knots. So that lets me know like where I should be. So now we're going to be back at 280 knots. Cool. Looking good. So after 22,000 feet, what do we got? 14,000 feet. Go ahead and get that plugged in. 14,000 feet is in. Get a little bit more power. Basically, the speed bug helps you give you an eye reference of like what your target should be. It's just something to kind of help you with. They always call bugging is like the little icon that like goes around. So like even this little blue icon right here is called the heading bug. Heading is the direction that you're heading in. I wonder if that's where the word comes from. So when they say sync your heading bug, they mean bring the heading bug to the correct navigational track that you're on. Alright, so we are looking good as far as our descent goes. Take a quick look outside. Technology is cool. I mean, seriously, it's probably one of my favorite parts about... I shouldn't say it's one of my favorite parts, because, like, hand flying, there's really nothing like it. Flying VFR and hand flying is really cool. But the technology side of flying an airplane is something that definitely intrigues me, for sure. For sure. And it's only getting crazier. Like, I was talking to Ashley about this the other day, like, it wouldn't surprise me if in the next 10 to 15 years we start to see some of this, like, you know how we're seeing self-driving cars? Well, we already have self-driving airplanes. It's driving itself right now. I have to manipulate it, but it is driving itself. But I think we're going to get closer and closer to, especially in the big airliners, being, because right now there's two pilots. You've got a captain and a first officer. There's a good chance that that becomes just one pilot, just the captain, which is sad. I mean, that just decreases the need for pilots and it makes it, you know, difficult to be a pilot. But it is, the technology of it is cool. That's for sure. All right, we need to cross Copal at 14,000. We've got our top of descent marker here, but we actually already are descending. But we'll cross Copal at 14,000. And then we have Janney at 8,000, right? Yeah, Janney at 8,000 after that. Minimums have been set. Mach speed and bank are already off. Didn't need them. Approach altimeter we will get very shortly. We're crossing through, just crossed through 20,000 feet, so we're coming up on 18,000 feet. That's a really pretty scene. My goodness, I love this simulator. Like, that's just stupid cool. Look how good that looks. Desert doesn't look great. You got this lonely highway down at the bottom. Wonder what highway that is. I know, right? The little clouds are just, they're so cute. Not much clouds coming up though. There's our GoPro shot. You know what? I wanted to set a new view. Really? That's as far as I can go? A little lost here. Okay, there we go. Shoot, I forget how to reset it. Shift Alt 8. No, it's not. Huh. I forget what the set is. It's like my shift key isn't working. Really want to set this view. See if that was it. Oh, yeah, it's Control Alt 7. There we go. Front GoPro view. Kind of cool. Just make sure we're doing good on our descent. Things look to be going swimmingly. So we'll go ahead and get 8,000 in. Let's build. Woo. I think something crazy is about to happen. Copal 14,000. Let's start checking out this ILS that we got going on. Looks pretty straightforward. You've just got Umber at 6, down to 49,000 at Gynot, Fury 3,800, and then glide path will take us on in. 668 on the minimums, 111.3. Cool. That's a nav 1. Looking good. Just passed through 15,000 feet. We are a little over 3 nautical miles away from Copal. Looks like we're gonna hit our descent perfectly. And we're right on speed too, 280 knots. Things are looking good. Start to slow down to 250 knots, right around 12,000 feet. Do the charts vary in detail depending on what airport you're flying in and out of? Yes, they do. So, for example, let me get this going here. Just make sure we're staying on top of this. And we can start slowing back down to 250 knots now. Cool, that's coming on back. So as that's doing that, let me, oops, I meant to do this. Let me show you this. So these are the charts for the this is the ILS, so this is the kind of the approach into the airport that we're flying into. But if I go to, say, Chino, pull up their charts, and I know there's an ILS for runway 27, or 26, sorry. See, now this is their ILS, so they've got coming in off of the Paradise VOR. You come into Casby, and then Casby hits Linden, and see how this is a different step down, and it's a pretty intense glide path. I think it's doesn't say, but that one's pretty intense. So yeah, they vary depending on where you're flying, which is why you'll hear people say like, oh, this is an airport that has a very difficult approach, or this has a very difficult ILS, because you could get really busy really quickly. The one we're flying into right now is really relatively simple, which is cool. Alright, we're coming up on 10,000 feet. We actually didn't set our altimeter once we got to 18,000 feet. Looks pretty cool out there. Wonder what that is. I don't know what that area is. I don't know. Everything's looking good on that front. Once we cross 10,000 feet, we'll get our landing lights on. I did set minimums, right? Yes. Okay, the other thing I want to check is right now we're sitting at 27.6. So we're looking at 112 and 123 again. We can go ahead and get that set. I'll try and do this with track IR on. Okay, after 8,000 feet, we need to go down to 3,800 feet. So let's get this down to 6,000 feet. And we're below 10,000, so landing lights can come on. Beautiful approach. Fast. Start to slow down a little bit. We actually should slow down to about 230 knots now. We're coming in on our ILS. Start to slow down. Pretty bumpy out here, that's for sure. Get our first notch of flaps in. 3,800 feet is where we intercept glide path. Oh, don't freeze on me. Come on. You're okay. Heading mode, and we'll start to get ready to intercept our localizer. There it is, I see it. And we'll go ahead and turn heading mode off and get approach on. Good there. We need to be at 4,900, so we'll maybe increase our vertical speed here. We're going to go ahead and pause our music as we are getting ready to land, and we'll bring our sounds up in the sim. Cool. So we're about 15-mile final, slowing down to 180 knots. Go ahead and go flaps 2. Knots is in. For some reason, this thing doesn't have us flying right on the localizer. It's interesting. Alright, glide slope is in. And we're descending nicely. Flaps 2? Yeah. Go ahead and get our spoilers, they're ready to rock. glide slope's alive. Looking good. Pretty happy that it captured that glide slope. That's awesome. So now what's happening is the plane is actually pitching itself based on a bunch of different factors, but it's going to pitch to keep this diamond perfectly centered. So now I'm not controlling the vertical speed anymore. It is. And let's see, we are 8 mile final. We'll go ahead and drop our gear. And let's get recording going. I see the runway. We're looking good. We can go ahead and start to bring our speed back here a little bit. It's looking good. We're looking pretty stable. What a beautiful approach into Van Nuys. My goodness. Just absolutely gorgeous. Alright, 5 mile final. We'll go flaps full. See, we've got 3 knot headwind. It'll be around 126. Our approach speed. Alright, landing checklist. Lights are on. Spoilers are armed. Gear is down 3 green. You guys have been advised. I think we are ready to rock and roll. Wait for our 1,000-foot call out. Continue. Go ahead and take control of the airplane. Alright, friends, let's go ahead and land this puppy.
500.
A bit of a crosswind.
400. 300. 200.
Oof, that wind. Brutal.
100.
50.
Don't float on me. Come on. Firsters are out. Nose down gently. 60 knots and stowed. Alright, friends. We're down on the ground in Van Nuys. I have no idea where we want to go. That is something I should have briefed before we got here. Don't just stop on the runway. I think we're going to exit to the right. It's hard to tell on my charts. Get clear of the runway here. Oh, Signature Aviation right here. Perfect. Alright, we'll go ahead and bring our parking brake on. Bring our flaps up. Stop our clock. 43 minutes, 30 seconds. We'll see if that was ahead of schedule or not. We'll go ahead and get our probe off and disarm our spoilers. We can turn our taxi light on, turn our landing lights off, and let's taxi into the ramp. Nobody's coming left. Nobody's coming right. Again, not the best performance here. That's for sure. We're gonna just pull in front of Signature. I'll have to try these airports when I'm not streaming and see if it's a streaming issue or a different kind of issue. Alright, we'll go ahead and park it right here. Alright, parking brakes coming on. We can go ahead and kill our engine generators. Kill the bus tie, make sure all of our lights are off. We can disarm our emergency lights. Go ahead and kill power. Continue this. And we'll kill our batteries and turn off the main battery switch. How are we still receiving power? That was interesting. Okay. Well, friends, we made it. We made it to Van Nuys in this awesome scenery that we've got here from Orbix. I mean, it's just freaking top notch. Like, look how sick that looks. Great flying today, guys. That was a ton of fun. A little bit of a different stream. I think we might end up doing more and more streams like this, just because I like to fly a lot, and this is a lot of flying. So let me know if you did enjoy it. Throw a comment down below if you have any ideas on what we should do next. And if you are not subscribed to our channel, the best compliment you could give us is a subscription, as well as sharing this with a friend. Believe it or not, that does matter. The more and more people we can let know about Foxhound Final, the better. Well, guys, I think that's going to be it for tonight. I'm going to be signing off. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you again very, very soon.